Good morning and welcome to Love Every Moment, coming to you today from Juneau, Alaska. Today's verse is 1 Peter 2:25. For you are continually straying like sheep, but now you have returned to the shepherd and guardian of your souls. Well, it starts with for, and we know that that refers to the previous verse, and I have the link up here. Verse 24 ends with the phrase, for by his wounds you were healed. And I argued last week that that particular verse was not in reference to any physical healing of our physical bodies, but rather the healing of the power of sin over our lives. Now, I'm not suggesting that Jesus doesn't heal our physical bodies when it is his will. Certainly he can and will do that. But that particular verse was the healing of the power of sin over our lives. And today's verse reinforces that because it says, for you were constantly straying like sheep. We were constantly sinning and going away from him. But he has healed us of that. So it says you were continually straying like sheep. Now, this could be somewhat of an insult. See, we Christians are kind of used to the idea of sheep and calling him the good shepherd and all of that. But if this was brand new, it may have been insulting. Now think about this, for example. We often use animals as an insult towards people. For example, we might call someone a chicken to insult them for being afraid. Or we might call policemen pigs, which is derogatory. Or we might call lawyers sharks, again, derogatory. Sheep are not very bright animals. They don't make big plans. They often stray and need to be brought back. They have no natural defenses against predators. They can't even run that fast. Why, they're so helpless, they can't even shed their own wool. They can't trim their own wool. They need a shepherd to even trim that for them. That's how helpless they are. So when he calls us sheep, he's calling us fairly helpless and, not very clever people. But you know what we are. We are very helpless without him. We need him desperately for all of the needs in our lives. And it's best to let him run our lives. Now, today's verse is based off of Isaiah 53:6. So let's have a look at that. It says, all of us, like sheep, have gone astray. Each of us has turned to his own way. But the Lord has caused the iniquity of us all to fall on him. So again, all of us like sheep have gone astray. We've sinned. The next part says, each of us has turned to his own way. That is essentially, in a nutshell, my definition of sin. When we decide to do things our way, I'm going to run my own life. I'm not going to have the Holy Spirit run our lives. But somehow the Lord caused the iniquity of us all to fall on him, like we covered last week. That somehow he has amazingly put my sins on him, even though he never sinned. But he took on my sin. That's just amazing to think about. So all of us like sheep have gone astray. But now back to the main verse in 1 Peter 2:25. For you were all continually straying like sheep. But here's the good news. Now you have returned to the shepherd and guardian of your souls. Now you have returned to him. When we become a true Christian, we surrender everything to him in love. And the Holy Spirit is really running our lives. He's in the driver's seat. Then we're not going to stray. We're not going to sin, at least as long as we let him have control. And notice this, the shepherd and guardian of your physical bodies? No, the guardian of your souls. That's the healing we should be focused on, because it's the most important healing, is the healing of our souls over the power of sin in our lives. And for that reason, let's choose to love every moment, because then we're going to love every moment. I'm your average Hutch, and I hope you have a great week.